What's going on, everyone? Non-TCG here, and it's time for This Week in Distro. We are officially in the dead zone. It's December 29th. Everybody's on vacation. There's very few people responding to emails. So there's not a whole lot going on. I'm actually going to dig a little bit deeper. We're going to talk about some things that ACD has, some things that Metal has, just to kind of fill the gap. But let's start with Magic the Gathering. It looks like Aether Drift has pre-orders out across the board. I believe this is end of February, early March release for this. This is a weird set. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty with a little bit of a techie background, but this is unique. So the collector boosters are $189 on Magazine Exchange. Again, this is their free website. Anybody can Google this, get access. This is not specific to having an account, so there's no confidential data on this page. So $189 for collector boosters. It's a little bit higher than other distributors, but they do tend to have them a little bit longer. I do want to point out play boosters. So these were about $113, $114 for the sets before this, obviously excluding Innistrad Remastered because that's a specialty set. Believe that's because they're going from 36 to 30 packs. So you're getting less and you're probably paying a little bit more. So it's the old shrinkflation. So that's Aether Drift. Collector boxes are pretty much gone for everything else. Innistrad Remastered, these guys still have play boosters. I'm sure play boosters are going to do well. What's really bizarre is this set's coming out in 3 weeks, and there are only a handful of spoilers. So I don't know what the hell they're doing. I don't know if it's just the weird timing of the set in the holidays where they're waiting till after. It continues to be bizarre. And with Innistrad Remastered, and I'll give you guys a little bit of information. So we've gotten our allocation from 3 of the 4 majors and Magazine Exchange. And as of right now, we have 34 collector boxes. We do play in the other products, but only for the store. So the 34 is between the store and what we'll have. We'll have to sell here. And we're still waiting on another allocation. So I don't know if I'm happy with 34 or sad with 34. It was kind of the same with Duskborn, where we got our number and it's like, I don't know if this is good or not. It just is what it is. And, you try to make the best of it. And, we did okay. We did okay on Duskborn, but we skipped Foundations because we had no idea they were just going to underprint the shit out of it. And people would like a shiny anime version of Doubling Season and Land of War Elves to go with the stack of 700,000 of those cards that people have from other sets. But anyway, so Innistrad Remastered, here you can see $224 per box. This is a little bit on the lower end of what we see with Distro, but you can see right now they're pre-selling for $329, and a lot of them are sold out. So this is interesting. Yes, it's definitely worth keeping an eye on. Commander decks. So I think I mentioned last week the Ixalan ones reprinted first. They came out the week before Christmas. And initially we were told, whatever you order, you'll get. And then till it was all said and done, they had allocated so tightly that I think we ended up getting 10% of what we asked for. So, obviously, Bloomberg Commander decks, the whole set's over $300. We've asked for a bunch, like 129 or less with other distributors. No idea what this is going to look like. It says shipping in January. Yeah, I have no clue. We'll see if we get them. We'll offer them to the community in Discord at a discount, and if we don't, we don't. Lord of the Rings, whatever, Foundations, probably some stuff worthwhile here. See, they still do have the Jumpstart booster boxes at 76. Last I checked, they were still selling it at 105-ish. They may have come down a little bit. Quite honestly, I don't care that much about that set. I think the world's kind of over it for now. Modern Horizons 2, these are just liquidations. They're trying to get rid of what they have. Not a whole lot here you can see, and in your spare time, just go on the site. You can see what they have here. Commander Masters Collectors at 194. That's been dead money forever, and obviously with the Jewel Lotus band, it's even more deader, if you will. I'm kidding. Collection boosters, booster boxes, Brothers War 209, Commander Masters, Dominaria United. That's the Omega box for $16. Murder's 170, and then OTJ at 189. That's come up a little bit. They were in the low 180s, I believe. Karlov Manor at 170, probably not a bad buy. I'm just not a huge fan of sitting on older Magic boxes. The liquidity is just not there. So here's an item that moving to Pokemon. Here's an item that I've kind of blown through the last couple times, and the Silver Tempest check lane blisters all of a sudden are just getting dumped everywhere. And I would imagine that this is something that the Pokemon Company has pushed on all the distributors. So these range from anywhere between about 1,020 to 1,092, and it's 336. So you're looking at somewhere between $3.15 a pack to $3.50 a pack. Now that Silver Tempest booster boxes are sold out and they're north of $200, this is actually pretty interesting because this is about the best price you're going to get on loose packs. Now it's an assload of work to rip them all, but in a year or so, when the Lugia is pushing $500 and Silver Tempest is pushing $300, and it's going to. I mean, look, it's probably the fifth best set of Sword and Shield. Fifth, maybe sixth, but probably fifth if you don't count Crown Zenith, because that thing's just a banger. This is starting to get interesting. So this might be something we pull the trigger on. We have a couple deals to move some product. Shrouded Fable, $30, best price in the market, quite honestly. Some distributors are sold out, some still have it, sell Crown ETBs as well there. But Shrouded Fable, there's 2,000 of them on TCG Player alone. It's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. Then we have ancillary products, collector's chests. The one thing I do want to mention, the Paldea Adventure chest that Target had. I think they had it at $21 for the holidays, and it was actually a really good buy. I think it has one SV base, if there's 6 packs, one SV base, one Paldea Evolve, 2 Obsidian, and 2 Paradox Rift, and then it had the Pikachu promo and some other promos that aren't worth anything. Mad Al has them at $25, and I think it's a really, really cool product. We bought a couple of cases of it just for some spend. But at $25, it's effectively the 3 sets that are, theoretically out of print. I'd anticipate we're not going to get anything left of those. Pokemon Center sold out. They would have to do a concerted print run of all those, at or past the end of the thing. So I think that was interesting. And as we talk about ancillary products here, most places are sold out of the good stuff. And, by good stuff, I mean Sword and Shield era, any packs that are sitting there. You can see right here's a collector chest from 2023. It has 2 Silver Tempest packs. But you're looking at $18 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 packs. So, $3 and a couple pennies each. But you're eating 2 Scarlet and Violet base, which quite honestly, you're never going to sell for anything worth a shit. So you're basically getting the Paldea Evolved and Silver Tempest and hope they're worth $6 each, which they will be. But I mentioned ACD. They have, and all these distributors have had deals on the stuff over time. But they have the Paldea Partners tins, which have been on clearance forever for like $80 or something like that for a case. But a lot of the tins are sitting right around the same price. They're all sitting either $18.50 for the collector's chest, or the tins themselves are like $24 for 6 packs, which is around $4 a pack, which isn't great. But anybody who's trying to get their spend up in the industry is really stuck buying that stuff. Nobody has any booster boxes. They don't exist. Mad Al had Twilight Masquerade, and it was limit of 1 per account per week. That was the only booster box available for any distributor that I've seen, other than I think PhD or GTS. Probably PhD may have a little bit of SV base, but the pricing's not great at this point. Let's see. Yeah, not a whole lot going on here. Paradox Destiny's tins. These are the newish ones. ACD has those. So does Mad Al. Most of the distributors do. The Paradox Clash tins as well. So for loose packs, it's okay. The big unknown is, Temporal Forces is showing a massive amount of inventory on Pokemon Center's backend and data scraper, which tells me they have 20,000 plus boxes primed to go to distribution here in January. So that's getting a reprint, and Twilight's going to at some point. I just don't know when. So you can't really rely on the price of packs here. Booster bundles right here. SV base, they have blister cases, which are a pain in the ass to rip. Building battles, stadiums, not much there. Honestly, the $27.50 for the building battle stadiums, and I think MSRP is like 50, 55 or 59. I know it's a pack less than what it was in Sword and Shield, but interesting price if it was an SV base. Obsidian Flames, booster bundle, three pack blister, check lane blister, pocket portfolio, which I think is just a little flip thing with one pack. There's nothing here that you can do anything with. Same with Paradox Rift, 3-pack blister, check lane, pocket portfolio. Here's something of interest. Temporal Forces, you have the sleeve booster cases, 381. Same with Stellar. Check lane, but then you get the pocket portfolios, and Stellar Crown, you have the sleeve booster cases, but you have the 3-pack. The build-in battle box, I think this is the case, so this is probably 6, maybe. Then you have the ETBs, and that's it. There is nothing out there. Again, no booster boxes except for Twilight Masquerade at Mad Owl, and that's a limit of 1 per. So it's a really, really slow time. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, because I would imagine this week coming up, we're going to get the rest of the allocations on Blooming Waters. We've only gotten 2 of them so far, so I would imagine a lot of folks are waiting till after the holidays. So I would imagine we'll get those this week. Hopefully, we hear the last of our 2 allocations on prismatic evolutions, and there was actually a really good video breakdown of how distribution works on this on Danny Phantom's channel. I don't even know what it's called, but I kind of watch everyone. So it was really fascinating to hear the breakdown of, all the big boys have to eat first, and then everything else they just kind of scatter to make sure somebody gets something. That's why everybody's kind of seeing the same, I don't want to say shitty because that's the wrong term, but the same, 1, 2, 3 cases of ETBs. And, something I had in my head, but just the way he laid it out was actually quite good. But anyway, nothing left at this point. Looks like the Journey Together, whatever the Japanese version was, pre-sold out relatively quickly in Japan. But again, there's nothing on the shelves, and the demand's going crazy right now. So, it is what it is. Buy what you can. I think I mentioned you guys at some point, Hills Wholesale Gaming has a bunch of stuff that's relatively inexpensive. The shipping's a bit much. You pay tax if you're retail. But there's a lot in stock there, and it's a fun website. It's a little bit of a throwback. So, all right, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel, join the Discord, and we'll talk soon.